It's Monday, March 9th, 2026, and this severe weather threat just got way worse. Let's get into it. So let's start with our severe weather outlook. Particularly, this outlook hasn't changed much, but I do think they expanded it a bit more into the Panhandle. But now we have our tornado damaging winds and hail outlook, so we can look at that. So the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center has put out a 5% chance of tornadoes hatched for southern Oklahoma. This is going to be your most concerning area, but I wouldn't rule out a couple possible tornado warnings even in Oklahoma City, Norman, and even worst case scenario going up towards Woodward, Enid, and Stillwater. But this brown is going to be our worst concern, so that includes Ardmore, Durant, Coolgate, and Atoka. We could see some strong tornadoes down here because it's at Hatch, but for now it's just a 5% chance of tornadoes. We do have is a 50% chance Hatch and damaging wind threat that includes Lawton, Duncan, Ardmore, and McAllister. But then our biggest threat is going to be this. Actually, no, it's the same. We also have a 50% Hatch hail risk that includes Lawton, Ardmore, and McAllister. Damaging winds and hails are by far two most damaging and highest chance risks. So let's get into the models. Our first threat is going to be probably around 2 p.m. We have rain showers coming in from Texas into Oklahoma. And not after they get into Oklahoma, we're probably going to be severe around 4 p.m. And even, they'll kind of just, they'll form a whole entire squall line going into the late evening hours overnight. We're going to have a squall line from about 11 p.m. all the way, I'd say, until 3 in the morning. This squall line is going to be able to produce quarter-size hail, damaging winds, and maybe even some tornadoes. This probably is going to be our worst threat for tornadoes. So if you are anywhere in southern Oklahoma, I'm going to need you to purchase yourself. If you really want to fall asleep, I'm going to need you to purchase yourself a NOAA weather radio. Or get WEA alert enabled on your phone, so you don't miss that tornado warning, and you don't have the chance of getting hit by a tornado while you're asleep. Let's look at another model and see if another model says something different. Now we're looking at the RRFSA model. Now this model likes to kind of oversimulate things. But the RRFS model shows thunderstorms in northern Oklahoma, around 6 p.m. That probably could produce 60 miles an hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. But, then another blob cluster of rain will come in around 8 p.m. in southwestern Oklahoma. But then that very storm will cause a big squall line in southern Oklahoma, just like the HRRR was saying. This is simulating to be a lot worse, and this one said it's going to go until only about 1:30 a.m. or so. But this is by far going to be the worst storm of the night if this is actually true. But I wouldn't rule out some thunderstorms in northern Oklahoma still around 9 p.m. But let's get to our next thing. Now, this is the not NAM Greek KMS CONUS model. I'd say that this is going to be the model that is least accurate out of all of them, because I just looked into the feature a little bit on it. It's probably not going to be right, but let's look at it anyway. So it shows around 7 p.m.-ish thunderstorms will enter western Oklahoma, southwestern Oklahoma, and then not much after, around 10 p.m., they're going to be producing squall line in southwestern Oklahoma, and this is going to be a strong one. Look how strong it gets over here. This is going to be extending all the way up as far as, I'd say, Oklahoma City. But it's gonna continue into areas like Tulsa Now, the reason why I think this is less accurate is because this is going as far as out of the big concern for damaging winds. Actually, no, it's not. We can see thunderstorms up here, but I'm just more concerned for southern Oklahoma particularly. So, but then the NOM 3K model, hold on. The NOM 3K model says that the squall line will end, but it's still going to keep raining, and that will form a whole new storm around 1 p.m. ish on Wednesday. These could be severe, honestly. We do have a marginal risk of severe weather here. I'm not going to talk about it because it's really not much of a concern as of right now. But it could become some nice little hail in southeastern Oklahoma, but not really a major concern. But let's talk about why these thunderstorms are going to happen a little bit. First, we're looking at our most unstable CAPE, so convective available potential energy, storm fuel. Now, around 12 a.m., these thunderstorms are already have a lot of fuel in southern Oklahoma. This is what the HRRR is saying. But then, some storm fuel from northern Texas will push into Oklahoma, and this is probably what's going to cause our squall line threat, and we could see storms go as far as northern Oklahoma down to southern Oklahoma. So a big wide line. And they're gonna be pushing, and that energy is really validating that, making sure. So anywhere, if you're from Oklahoma City to Tulsa, anywhere in central, southern, really anywhere in Oklahoma except the western side, you need to watch out for this. Now let's look at our next thing. Another reason of why these thunderstorms are going to be so strong is because of how hot it's going to get, particularly around 1 p.m. Tuesday. We could see temperatures in the 80s to mid-80s in Oklahoma. 83 in Oklahoma City, 81 in Tulsa. Then they'll push out along a cold front, kind of. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a cold front. And that's going to be what's producing these thunderstorms. We could get to... I'm just glad we haven't got anywhere in the 90s. Because that's when, it's starting to get kind of concerning. But look at that. 88 in Tulsa. Actually, 85 in Tulsa. 88, 87, 87, 85, 85, 83, 86, 87. It's going to be in the 80s a lot. But then it'll get pretty cold again in the 50s. That's like your average March temperature, actually. So, we have a few other things to look at, but this is just one of them. Now, our significant tornado parameter says that our main concern obviously is going to be southern Oklahoma, where that higher risk of tornado is going to be anyway. But then it will kind of push into northern Oklahoma. This is actually where we're up in Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri. We're going to have a enhanced risk of severe weather that's not in our coverage area. But this is going to push some significant tornado parameter down here, especially as we go into the late evening hours in eastern Oklahoma. So, and then we could see isolated tornadoes down here and way early Wednesday morning. That is all the information I have for you today. But if something changes, we will post an update tomorrow on this, before the storms actually start, hopefully. But bye for now. We'll possibly see you tomorrow.